Today is a big day in the Roottrees Are Dead because I get to record 3 episodes of the Roottrees Are Dead today, which means that you will have 3 videos where your comments do not mean anything. I'm so sorry in advance, especially because your comments are really going to help me right now because a lot of you brought up some really good points in the previous one. First of all, you said that he's not an actor, which is true. His last job was a pilot that we know of, so we'll put that as such. You also said that these kids never changed their name, so they are technically legally, they are Clementines and not Webbs. So we are going to change them to be Clementines, even though they went by Webb. You also said that, hey, if they graduated, they're no longer K through 12. And also, if they are married to another person, they probably are not K through 12. So I think that we are just going to remove their job from the board. Some of you brought up, Tyler, don't you realize that you need to have 4 people in order to lock in? I'm well aware of this. I'm still not sure why these 4 are not locking in. But maybe it's because I'm stupid. You guys also said that the kids go left to right in the box in terms of age, but I'm like fairly certain that Stuart's older than Mark. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm dumb and I'm missing some stuff here. Especially like, it feels like Joanna would also. Like, am I just missing something here? I don't know. Probably. I feel like that I should have stuff locked because I feel like I have 5 people correct right now. But maybe I'm just insane. Maybe I'm just insane. And I'm good with that. Family tree update. This is also something you guys talked about. And that I really like the idea of is probably these 2. Right? So this would be Stephanie Landon. They got married and they had a kid because she was pregnant in this photo. So it makes a lot of sense that they would have had the kid, 9 months after this came out. So we'll explore that avenue. But there were a couple other things that you guys told me about. First of all, you guys told me that there's a setting in the game that does a search all for periodicals. I think that kind of rocks. Okay, the fact that I'm playing without intuition, let's search all periodicals. We still have to get the periodical, and apparently I missed one very vital thing. So if we search the spider search on Mary Beth Clementine, they mention a something in here. Boy, it was somewhere, man, and I don't know where it is. Maybe it's the new Edison. Small recording label, gaining popularity, rugged cross. It was somewhere deep in here that apparently they brought up the Portland Times. And I never searched the Portland Times. Apparently, it's not even in here, so that's interesting. Theoretically, I guess I should be able to get that. Let me look because I have the video. I'm reading your guys' comments on here. So this was the search on Mark. So this is Mark Clementine, Crocodile Clementine here. This is where emergency landing in Portland. I don't really see much, though. I don't see much. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get to that there's another periodical. But maybe there's something. There's also apparently a time where it says that Mary Beth Clementine visited the Butler County Times multiple times. This seems good. At least seems interesting. Came to Butler County Times a few times. Played religious hymns at Miracles Congregation's church. She's mentioned 2 times, though the first visit from 1949 was significantly more substantial. Miracle Congregation welcomes Mary Beth Clementine with open arms. My voice is going. I've recorded a lot of videos today. The article mentions the church's leader was moved when he heard Mary Beth's recording of one of his favorite hymns, His Eye is on the Sparrow. His Eye is on the Sparrow holds a very special meaning to me, as you know I've had a very difficult upbringing. No secret that my own eyes have been a source of struggle. This song is about overcoming sadness and hardship through Jesus. If God can find a way to watch over every sparrow, he can certainly watch over me. I love this song so much that I cheated on my wife with the singer of it. Very, very Jesus-like. My family's fortune does me no good as a man of the Lord. Much better spent spreading his word. I've felt a kinship with Mary Beth ever since I heard her voice. When I learned her personal story, I knew I had to help her in any way I could. Bible's full of adoptions from Moses to Esther. Spending your life taking care of those helpless to help themselves is incredibly noble. She and her son are welcome to stay in our guest home. Second visit was a few years later in 1953. Mentions that her first visit was a massive success. She's returned for an encore. Mentions that the unusual circumstances of her second son's adoption had prevented her from touring. I mean, I get this. I'm not 100% sure what I'm supposed to gain from this. It's a religious hymn been covered over the years. Likely not very relevant to your search. Premises that a singer realizes blah 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 blah. Doesn't help me a lot, okay? It doesn't help me a lot. And I'm starting to be a little bit concerned that you guys said, oh, this is so important, and then I have not, I don't actually know what to gain from this. Maybe the Miracle Congregation? Nope. How about we just search that in here? Nope. Okay. Go back to Crocodile Dundee. Crocodile Mark. Crocodile Clementine. Hails from Florida. Or Australia. Mark is listed being from LA. Very small note about him, blah, blah, blah. The Portland Telegraph. The Portland Telegraph. My bad. Run-of-the-mill newspaper based out of Portland, Oregon. They have a website with a lot of dry statistics about how many subscribers they have, issues there's been, yada, yada, yada. But it's a periodical, and now we can search Mary Beth Clementine in that periodical. We have the search all option, but let's... Well, do a search all in this. Modern Music Monthly had a little bit of her. That's fine. Oh, this is so much better. And then we'll do a Mark Clementine search all. He's in Picatee. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And then the Portland Telegraph. They were the one that provided the nickname Crocodile Clementine. Has some details about Crocodile Clementine's first major arrest. Good to know there's multiple. Flying weekly between LA, Juarez, and Vancouver in a small plane, flights were very low, literally under the radar. Only caught because he was bit by a crocodile on the leg and had to call in a mayday because he was losing blood. Tried to tell them that he was a crop duster who somehow cut his leg on a loose piece of metal. Story seemed odd. I mean, this does not help me a lot. This does not help me a lot. Is there anything going on in Juarez? Can we do anything about Juarez? I'm guessing that's a city in like Mexico. Is my bet. I mean, I don't think that I actually gained anything here. But that's a little tough. That's a little tough. So I guess let's go back to the board. In this case, the important people here are Brian Jones, Stephanie Landon. We need an updated photo of them, so let's see how her campaign's going, okay? Stephanie Landon. Nothing relevant? Really? Okay, how about in the periodicals? Search Butler County Times because she ran for thingy. Most recent mention of Stephanie Jones is a small report detailing the election results. Stephanie won. You can find the full version of the newspaper clipping on the back of the campaign mailer. most of it's unimportant. You do find the following. Stephanie Jones, born Stephanie Landon until her marriage to local business owner Brian Jones, has lived in Butler County her whole life, grew up without a father, distant cousin of the Roottrees, mother Caroline, local artist, often come out opposed to the corporation's policies regarding deforestation of indigenous trees to expand their maple farms. Unlike my mother, I'm not a fighter. I want to bring love to the world. Okay. Well, let's Stephanie Jones now. That's not too useful. Let's search Stephanie Jones. There's an update. Okay, seems that Brian Jones has been busy updating Stephanie Jones's campaign website. 2 new sections exist. The first is baby photo. There you see a picture of their new family together in the hospital. According to the site, our daughter was named after her grandmother, which ended up being very fitting considering she was born the night before Christmas. The second is timely, man. It's timely. Second is what's next. Not much of substance. Lists some small accomplishments. Finishes with the rise in popularity and controversy surrounding my extended family. There's been extra attention on me. Stay tuned for how I'm going to use this to do better things. Spoken like a true politician. Okay. Don't need this. Let's go here. Very nice to see them. I take you. I take you. I take you. Brian Jones posted this photo of the family in the hospital. Stephanie's giving her signature thumbs up from her new campaign. Okay. So you are Brian Jones, for sure. You are Stephanie Landon. You are Stephanie. You are a politician. You're a politician. That locks in stuff. I'm going to be very curious what this locks in, brother. Because I'm so confused. Miracle, Stuart, Mark, and Stephanie. But it doesn't lock in Mary Beth. Oh, because that's not her. No, that is her maiden name. Okay, what the hell? What the hell? We even got Sterling correct. Okay. That's fine. Brian, that's you. And your daughter is going to be... You're named after your grandmother. And your grandmother would be Carol, probably. Could be Carol. Or it could just be Caroline. Probably Carol. Carol Jones. Poor baby never had a chance, okay? You are a baby. I don't know why this picture is kind of sending me, man. It's just really good. It's just really good. Okay, so you're somehow wrong. That is so shocking to me. So you're not a musician. You really ended up doing something else. Public speaker, I guess. And that means that you were not a cashier upon death. You were something else. Even though it felt very obvious that you were in fact that, but who knows, okay? Mary Clementine. Nothing. Periodicals. Search all of them. Mary Clementine. Tough. Because that's definitely your name. And that makes things hard. That makes things hard. I think we also searched Mary Webb and found nothing too. And we also searched Mary Webb here and found... Just kidding. Okay, Mary Webb in San Diego has a website called Webb on the Web. Apparently it's a personal travel diary that doubles as an advertisement for her travel agency. Okay. You are a travel agent. Good. That's good. Descriptions of her services, including booking flights and cruises. Can I get a flight from Juarez to Vancouver? I have 7 crocodiles that I need to deliver. Almost all of them involve extremely niche audiences. Seems that Mary is the #1 agent when it comes to booking spiritual vacations aboard ghost ships and in specific hotel rooms that are said to be haunted. Okay, has a dedicated section for more traditional modern cruises that cater to specific groups such as fans of boy bands. In the diary entry, she talks about the trips she's personally taken, uses as an opportunity to feature descriptions of amenities and excursions the ships offer, even when you're on them to see a specific band or a ghost. Pictures of ships, hotels, landmarks, and places she visited, as well as a picture of Mary herself with a ship in the background. Photo of Mary's been added to evidence. That's good. I would love to know more about spiritual vacations if you want to. Okay, you don't. That's fine. I I mean, I'm going to be real with you that I don't think that there is any value that I'm going to gain from this except for Webb on the web. So let's take a look at this. She seems like a very normal human being, okay? Company called Corporate Composition Photography is in the top left. Here we go. Here we go. This is going to go down a rabbit hole. So let's put you in. You're Mary Clementine. Theoretically could lock in more people if I can figure out Joanna's job. I'm just going to try a lot of things. She's definitely not most of these, man. Housewife? Probably not. A media mogul? Probably not. She's in retail. I mean, she so certainly was in retail. It's fine. Let's learn more about this company, okay? This media company. I'm gonna do a search in here, nothing. We're gonna do a search in here, and here we go. Photography studio that was listed on a few different sites for business in San Diego. Seems to have been possible to hire them to take professional quality photos of businesses. As far as you can tell, it appears to no longer exist. Also mentioned on a photography site with some IRC chat logs. Seems the site is a personal page of a member of an IRC photography channel. They have archives of logs they've been saving since 1993. One of them was from 1996 when Val, the former head photographer of the Corporate Composition Photography, did a Q&A with their users about taking pictures of promotional materials and print ads. Most of the questions and answers are pretty technical. They not only seem irrelevant, but generally go over your head. One of the questions, however, mentions that Val was on the cover of Telephoto and asked about Iraq. The question was quickly shut down by the person running the Q&A, who said Val does not wish to answer any questions from his photojournalism days. Nor does he wish to talk about LBP. Please keep this on the subject of commercial photography. What the frick? Okay. Let's get telephoto. New periodical added. Obviously, we are now going to search that. Talk about LBP. What the hell is this, man? Could stand for Lebanese pound, lower back pain, lead-based paint, low blood pressure, the Louisiana Board of Pharmacy, Long Beach Peninsula. Lincoln Baby Photography. What are you? Yeah, that seems good. Seems like a solid lead as it mentions of Val and an award-winning photographer on the page. Business in Beacon, New York, and on the site it has a picture of a baby and a camera captioned with Cam Lincoln reaching for his namesake. I guess he takes after his father. Dash Val. Who are these people? Who the hell are you? Who's Val Lincoln? Val Lincoln. Valerie Lincoln, a realtor? There's no connection between Valerie and the Roottrees. Bottom of the website, 1998 to 1999. Who the hell is Cam Lincoln? Okay. This is gonna go down a one of these lines, man, and I have no idea what line you're actually taking me down. Mary, who'd you marry? Mary Webb, using her personal name. I'm gonna start diving into telephoto, I guess, because I need to know more about Val. This is not Val Lincoln. No, it is Val Lincoln. Telephoto. Val Lincoln featured in telephoto. Cover, which featured one of his photos, as well as portions of the article, have been added to your evidence. Who are you? Baby photo. Lincoln Baby Photography, labeled as Cam Lincoln. I have no idea who you are. Oh, who the heck are you? Val Lincoln's War on War. Okay, yeah. Overseas during Desert Storm. This starts to make sense. Photographer who went overseas during Desert Storm. Won the Sepia Award. Who are you, man? Who are you? We're gonna figure out who you are. 1992 issue focuses on the photos of Val Lincoln. Val got his start in high school when he took a photography class because, in his own words, he couldn't decide what else to do and thought it would be the best career in the world to shoot for Playboy. But he quickly found he had a knack for it, began to skip lunch in his free periods to spend more time in the darkroom. After graduating, he tried to pivot to landscape photography, but didn't have any passion for it. That works much better when I'm trying to tell the story of a person or an object. Got lucky when a photographer mentor of his who was going overseas to cover the war decided to take a chance on him. The photo depicts Lisa Clementine. Okay, most people wouldn't call it lucky to go to an active war zone for no pay, but he bought my plane tickets, all my meals, and even pulled some strings to rush my passport. For someone that had never had a real job or even left California, it was a hell of a break. Val was only 19 at the time. Shot the photo that won him an award the third night he was there. Photo depicts Lisa Clementine, who lost an arm in Operation Desert Sabre. According to the article, women were not subject to direct combat, and Lisa was in a vehicle at the time. Vehicle had to pull over suddenly when the road ahead was partially destroyed, and she and a fellow soldier were severely injured by a landmine. I ran into Lisa after her surgery and took this picture. Then, until she shipped out, I kept finding excuses to go back and take more photos of her. I guess it was fate, because that's the photo that won me the award, got me into your magazine, and also led to my engagement. Just earlier this week, she agreed to become Mrs. Lincoln. Okay. So we have a Lisa Clementine who is married to a Val Lincoln and has a baby. Okay. Okay. Sure. Who are you? I mean, I'm gonna tell you that I really don't think it's not Mary. It can't be you because we would have the spouse on there. So then it has to be someone that had a freaking affair with Guy Hudson? I need to know more about Lisa Clementine. I'm keeping a lot of this in my brain. Nothing on Lisa Clementine? Really? Seriously? There's nothing for Lisa Clementine. Okay, I mean, I guess you have to be Lisa Clementine. And your last job was in the military. And this is you. No, I have this wrong. Lisa's the older of the two. You're Lisa Clementine. You're Mary. Mary's not married. You're a travel agent. You're military. You're Val Lincoln. Val Lincoln. And you are a baby. This is Cal. What the hell is Cal short for? Who are you? Cam, sorry. That's short for Cameron. Cam Lincoln. And your occupation is you're an MFing baby, bro. Is this right? I feel like I need to know more about Mark's kids again. But this is the only the Clementines don't go down another path. So it has to be this. It has to be this. Those are wrong though. You're this and you're this. Is there any chance that you are... It can't be Caroline. Something's wrong, man. These would have locked. These would have locked. Are you a just housewife now? Frick, brother. Cam Lincoln reaching for his namesake. Which is a camera. I guess he takes after his father. This makes all kinds of sense. Lincoln baby photography. Solid lead. Cam Lincoln. Copyright 1998, 1999. This checks out so much. Yeah, this checks out heavily. We locked in you guys. I mean, you're definitely Carol Jones, the baby. For sure. Mary Beth Clementine. I mean, she did public speaking at the end of her career, man. This is Lisa Clementine, married Val Lincoln. I still kind of lean towards you were military. And then Mary Clementine. Let's real quick, Mark Clementine's kids. We got there from the periodical. This is Mark Clementine. All of this was to get to his kids. So search all, Mark Clementine. It was news time. And it was Sim's wife, Carla, Colleen. Sims isn't a name we can put in, right? Is it? It is. It is. Okay, interesting. Colleen Webb. She worked for an airport newsstand. Doesn't matter. I mean, that literally doesn't matter. This other picture of Mark is this, by the way. I'm still so confused here. I'm so confused. I mean, maybe you were just a housewife at that point, but it very clearly said that you were a public speaker. Your last job was that. There's got to be another path we can go down with Bess Williams. There's also still all of this nonsense, which is absolutely brutal. It'll be very time-consuming and a waste of time. Cross-referencing guys' secretaries. We got to get to that, because that's going to definitely go places. So, 1977, it was announced that Zach would be retiring, Guy would be taking over. Held a retirement party. 1977, Guy replaces Ernest Hudson. Christine Farrow. Joanna Robertson is no longer listed. Okay, hold on. Joanna Robertson. That's your married name. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You're a Robertson? Lock me. Lock me in, my friends. Lock me in. This feels good. This feels very good. Cam Lincoln, Mary Clementine, Joanna, and Carol. Didn't lock in the Lincoln girl. Military girl. Which is intriguing. Who's at the door? Clark, my boy.
Sam reached out to me finally. I think I have you to thank for that one.
Okay.
My family's in a bit of a rough patch. Even though the candy is selling better than ever, everyone is fighting over the trust.
I get that.
The majority of us want to dissolve it. On paper, it seems like the right decision.
It does.
The arguments about what to do next are endless and heated. More than a few Roottrees are worried about losing their wealth.
Just the worst people
I
ever,
don't think
man.
we do more than anyone else.
Yeah.
I love my family, my wife, my daughters, even my son, who I hardly ever get to see.
That seems like a hint.
I want to keep them safe and secure. I didn't do anything to deserve this fortune.
Also true, Clark.
Hell,
also true.
I probably deserve it less than
Very
most.
true. Very
It took me
true.
way too long to get my life together.
It did. It did. We learned all about it.
Okay, enough about me. Here's the deal. I can't stop the majority from voting one way or another. If you keep passing along potential Roottrees, I'll keep adding them to the list. On the other hand, there's been some leaps forward in genetics.
What does that mean?
May sound like science fiction, but we can actually determine
Yeah.
who's in the family just by testing.
Yeah, man. That's not science fiction. That's just like, that's just how it
So
works.
far has been very useful.
I suppose in
Just keep filling
1998 it
out
may
the
have been a
tray
little
and
weird,
we'll
but
prepare for the tests.
okay. Sounds good. Keep on filling out the tree, bro. So, look, you're not military anymore. We gotta uncover something else about you. The next, I mean, this is still blowing my freaking mind that I can't get Mary Beth locked in. Can we go back? Mary Beth Clementine. Singer. Yeah, most certainly. Advocate for the benefits of adoption in front of the United States Congress. I mean, dude, she's a singer. She's still just a singer. She's a musician. I don't see any other way that she isn't. Lisa, however, I do think that there's a planet there, and I think I gotta go back to. It was the where is it? It's the photo of her here. Won me an award, got me in the magazine, also led to my engagement. Until she shipped out, I kept finding excuses to go back and take more photos of her. Lisa Clementine. What if there's going to be more on Lisa Lincoln, right? Lisa Lincoln. Yeah, according to a military website, an amputee who lost a limb in Desert Storm runs a support group for fellow veterans. Okay, I mean, that's important. Listed as a professor at West Point, teaches classes that contribute to environmental engineering. Short biography on the staff page says she has a passion for the military from a very young age due to erroneously believing that her family member was an Air Force pilot. While she later learned that to be untrue, her passion remained. She joined ROTC, and from there she enlisted. So you are actually a professor, which is cool. I have to imagine that's pretty good for these two. I also have to imagine there is some path to go down with Bess Williams, man, which is messing me up because there was like nothing on her, man. Like, literally nothing. There's that Family Man book. We're going to search all for Bess Williams. Absolutely nothing. And then we had Bess Williams in here with Family Man. Reprinting of the old book. It's blatant corporate propaganda. Show older. Old book about Elias Roottree. And then the book is literally just this crappy book here. Tells you nothing. Famous photo of Elias from Business Watch. I mean, maybe there's something to go on there. If we do an Elias Roottree again, has anything changed? Butler County Times Watchman of the Year. And these are just not needed anymore. So yeah, I mean, I think at this point, I'm content for now. I think that we're about to have a long foray into Guy Hudson in the next episode. And I'm not sure I'm excited for it. But we're making good progress. This is still a huge question mark, this line, man. I just have no clue. Clearly you guys had a kid, and I have no idea who that kid is. And that could be a problem. That could be a problem. But hopefully we'll figure out some more stuff as time goes on. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, as always, liking the video much appreciated. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.